Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video, and once again I have not said that in about 10 days so far, but I'm feeling pretty happy to be back with you guys and recording another video. So today we are going to be playing some Clash Royale with the 3.0 Xbow Cycle deck, which you guys all know and love. However, it seems like Supercell does not really love this deck because it is currently kind of on death row, I guess. I mean, it's just in a really bad spot. I mean, the meta's really bad for the deck, with various counters running around, like especially Goblin Drill decks, and also the new Giant Skeleton Royal Hogs mirror deck that's been going around recently. But also just the deck itself has received many direct nerfs in the forms of the Knight a while ago, Tesla 2 nerfs in a row last year, Log got nerfed earlier this year, and then Fireball was just recently nerfed in the August balance changes, so the deck is in a terrible spot. We did get the Archer's buff and the Ice Spirit buff a while ago, but sadly it wasn't really enough. I mean, it was really nice in that season, but then the meta still shaped up to kind of counter Xbow, and it's just overall in quite a tough spot. But yeah, we're going to be playing some ladder today. I actually have not really played in quite a long time, ever since the 20-win challenge, really, because I've just been kind of going through some stuff, and I guess I won't really talk about it too much, but it is kind of scary when it happens, because I start to feel really low and not really like myself, and then I just have a lot of weird thoughts, and it makes things really complicated. So obviously I wasn't really in the right state of mind to make a video or anything like that, so I didn't force myself, and that's something I told myself I would do earlier this year. I haven't logged on to my main account, or this account. I guess Legendary Pop is technically my main account, but I haven't logged into my other main ladder account in almost 2 weeks. And yeah, so just been taking a bit of a break, and I guess I'll talk about some stuff later. I am feeling quite a bit better now, which I'm really happy about, so I am feeling up to recording, and I guess I will talk more about this kind of stuff probably in another video. I might try and make a full 12-win Classic Challenge video. I haven't done that in, I think, a couple of months, but I know people loved it, so I might try for that. But yeah, we're going to be playing some ladder today, and I'm at 6,551. I actually have been playing a bit recently to try and get back at things. I actually just won a Grand Challenge today. Got the 12-win GC with 3.0, and I did record that, but I think I'll save that video for later. I'll explain more later as well, but you can probably look forward to a couple of Grand Challenge videos maybe next week. In the meantime, I want to record all these ladder videos and other live videos. I also did a classic challenge with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, and I guess I'll talk about it a little bit. Like, basically, I've just been thinking a lot about words and their direct meanings, and it's been really messing with my head because, like, obviously you can't, like, right now I'm just talking, I'm not really consciously thinking about the exact words that I'm saying and like what exactly they mean, but when that was kind of happening, I was thinking about that kind of thing, and it made it really hard to focus on stuff, made it hard to process things, and I really hated it, and I'm not really sure why it happens. But anyway, that's kind of a tangent, but it was kind of bad, so I guess that's why I was inactive. I do want to say though, thank you guys so much for all the support on my community tab posts. I mean, whenever I'm kind of going through something and I can expect some inactivity on the channel, I usually do post, even though I don't like to always do it. But you guys always leave really kind, positive, warm comments, and I really do appreciate it because I do read pretty much all of them. So even the mean ones, I read them, and sometimes they make things a bit worse, but I shouldn't get too invested in comments anyways. But thank you all for the kind comments. I'm really glad and grateful to have a community like you guys, and I know, like, I'm probably not going to grow as much or get as many views or anything since I have been kind of inconsistent, but I still do appreciate you guys, and I'm still always kind of wanting to post whenever I'm feeling up to it. So yeah, anyways, we are at 6,551 trophies. I believe we are slightly off being ranked. Let's see. Yeah, looks like a couple wins above 6,600 trophies is going to be top 10k in the world ranked, and I know, like, that's not really too amazing considering I've been way higher. I finished 107 in the world before, but since I haven't been playing as much recently, I feel like that would be a pretty nice point to at least aim for today. But yeah, pretty long intro, I guess. I mean, whenever I take like an extended break, I'm probably going to talk about it at least a little bit in the first video that I make back, but I'm really just happy that I'm feeling more up to things and recording this because I do love making videos when I'm feeling up for it again. But anyways, 3.0 Xbow Cycle, terrible spot in the meta. Let's see what we can do with the deck as we look for our first ladder match, and we do find it against Do Excelsior. I'm actually not really sure what Excelsior means. I've heard it before, but yeah, anyways, okay, that was kind of weird. He kind of played those at the same exact time, but Fire Spirit Skeletons is not any kind of novelty because it's pretty much that combination is in like the top decks in the game. Like all the broken decks in the game literally run Fire Spirit, Skeletons, Log. There's a common trend, even Cannon, honestly. Like the Xbow deck that I used to get 20 wins in the 20-win challenge was literally with Fire Spirit, Skeletons, Cannon, and Log. So like pretty much Xbow's not in a great spot, but it's pretty much saved by the merits of really other overpowered cards. And I guess that's kind of why Xbow's in a better spot before the Tesla nerfs, because Tesla was a lot better of a card. But obviously, okay, wow, it's actually going to be Xbow. That's not good at all, because I have not really been playing like it's Xbow. I actually thought it was going to be like Royal Hogs or something. But anyways, this is actually looking kind of dicey. Hopefully the Tesla takes out the cannon. Okay, it doesn't really. I'm going to go Skeletons here. And we actually might take quite a bit of damage. And hopefully I don't lose the first game, but we are actually going to take like maybe 1,000 damage from that. I can't really commit anything to that, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. I am, yeah, kind of out of touch with the meta and everything. It's interesting though, because I've noticed, like, when I made my video on 3.0 Xbow Cycle getting nerfed, I noticed that I had a lot of thoughts about different things, about like different balance changes and stuff. And he does go for the rocket, so yeah, there's going to be a hard counter actually for him, unfortunately. We're going to log this queen back just to make sure it actually does get taken out, because yeah, if I didn't log, I think I would have taken a couple hits there, and might as well just get the log. But this is going to be a hard counter because he does have pretty much an equal cycle to ours. The only thing is he has the queen, which is more expensive than archers, and rocket, which is more expensive than fireball, but cannon is cheaper, and overall it's just going to be quite a pain. So let's actually go archers, cycle back to my knight, and then he does go for a log, so I'm actually going to defensive Xbow. This is kind of awkward because my cycle is a bit weird. Like I went for the Xbow really late. You'd rather go for the Xbow right away, but still, it looks like he's still trying to protect this Xbow. I guess let's just go for archers to snipe, since knight was kind of played up high like that. And wow, unfortunately for us, the archers actually did target the knight. That was really bad for me, but we're still going to not give up or anything. Going to go for an Xbow. He's probably going to rocket. Yeah, he does, so there was no point committing anything else to that. And then I think we're going to try an Ice Spirit Skeletons on this queen. Okay, he does do a pretty good job of popping the ability. Hopefully we can outcycle the rocket here, which is what I'm going to try and do. So I'm going to go archers into Xbow on the left, and we should be outcycling his rocket by at least 2. He's back now, though, because yeah, he's playing all his cycle cards. Looks like he's actually trying to get away without using his rocket, though, so we are actually able to get a knight down in time to protect, and then get a nice log on the queen. So my opponent is kind of playing with fire there, trying to defend without using the rocket. Let's see if he does it again. I would really like that. Okay, no, unfortunately. Yeah, he knows that he can... This is why it's a hard counter. They can pretty much just rocket every single Xbow. Also, I did have a pretty bad start. I feel like if I had a better start, I would not have been down so much. I'm kind of glad he went for an Xbow there, though. Going to wait for the Xbow to lock on to my knight, and then going to fireball and skeletons to protect my archers. He does actually get a small connection, but we're going to go in. Hopefully he's low on elixir after spending quite a lot there. And I think he is going to, yeah, have a rocket. So this kind of sucks. I mean, I'm not really expecting to win this matchup. Although at this trophy range, I probably should be winning. But this is going to be more of a laid-back video, I guess. Just playing some ladder, even if it takes quite a while. He goes for queen, so we have outcycled the rocket again. And I'm going to go knight because he might cannon, honestly. Okay, looks like he might not. But still, he's back to a rocket now. But okay, he just played a rocket, and we are already back to an Xbow. So this should be pretty good, hopefully. Gonna go in again, and let's see what he does. Goes for the knight. I'm gonna protect. I think he might cannon or queen. Okay, somehow he's back. Wow, yeah, archer queen 3-card cycle is also really broken, by the way. So that's another thing not really going for us, but I'm again cycling back. Like, I am doing my best to outcycle him, but it's not really working out that well. Gonna fireball the knight as well, and a knight because he might not rocket. Okay, he does. Again, so gonna keep the pressure up, but he really has no way to lose this. All he has to do is get back to another rocket. He doesn't even need to rocket my tower. He does go for the queen, though, so I'm gonna fireball that off. Log as well, and hopefully we can get it. But yeah, cannon is such an annoying card for Xbow as well, because it just kind of stalls out the Xbow forever. Like, it's only 3 elixir. It's kind of like a tombstone. It's very annoying. But yeah, I mean, he didn't play that badly. I'm not entirely sure how I got into the sequence that got me to take a lot of damage in single, but I did get quite an unfortunate early start. I also feel like that is, again, just a hard counter for them, like 70-30 in their favor, though, because all they have to do is just kind of sit back, rocket every Xbow. You can see I tried to outcycle him, but he does get that 3-card cycle with the queen. Alright, so let's try and bounce back from that. Found a match against Lord Muhammad. Let's give him the good luck, and cycle an Ice Spirit at the start. Always a pretty nice and safe starting play. He actually goes for a Furnace. Ice Spirit will clip. Okay, it does not clip that far Spirit. I was hoping it would. But gonna Xbow opposite because, I mean, that is quite a hefty investment. I mean, not really, because it's only 4 Elixir. But at the same time, it is not like a negligible amount either. And we do actually get a pretty nice small connection here. He does get pretty nice arrows off, unfortunately, and I'm actually going to take quite a bit of damage here. I guess I will log the Mega Knight and then just kind of accept this damage from the Fire Spirits in the left. I really don't care because he got quite a lot of damage in the right, I'm sure. He is probably going to focus on the right anyway, so this damage doesn't really matter, and I definitely don't want to waste my Knight on those. So we take quite a bit of damage in both lanes, unfortunately. I just didn't really have the best hand there to deal with stuff, I feel like. If I had Knight right away for the Mega Knight, it would have been really nice, but it is what it is. Just going to go Skellies for these Spear Goblins. Pretty nice placement, as you can see. It does counter them pretty nicely. And he goes for a Furnace again. I'm actually going to do the same thing. Going to Xbow, even though it didn't work out perfectly last time. Going to Knight, and okay, unfortunately my reaction time was a bit off just now, but also that is actually the Mega Knight buff that kind of made it so it does do a better job at jumping. So this is actually not very clean, as you can see. I'm not playing this very clean, but I guess you can expect that after not playing for a while, even though I can't really say that because, again, I did win a 12-win Grand Challenge right before this. I guess what I'll do is I'll take one Fire Spirit and ignore the other, because I can't really afford to defend both, and I don't really care, again, about that damage too much, and we will just Fireball off this Cannon Cart. Pretty nice value he gave us there. And I'm just going to log, and then Tesla. Cannon Cart shouldn't be able to hit it, so Tesla should take care of most of the Spear Goblins, and then he is going to set up with Spawner. So this is actually going to be a meta deck, I think. I'm pretty sure he also has Flying Machine in here, maybe Mother Witch. This deck was popular like quite a while ago when Spawners were overpowered. Then they kind of got nerfed because people were really upset about what they were doing. Although actually he does have bats, which isn't really common in this type of deck. And arrows as well. I actually just remembered arrows is really obnoxious for us, because obviously it does mean our archers don't really get much value. And he has E-Barbs too, wow. So it's always either Mega Knight or E-Barbs, but I guess this person decided to play both, which is kind of interesting, and I really do want to go in right now, but I don't feel safe because I think he might be back. Yeah, to Mega Knight. Exactly, he was. So if I did go in there, he would have just gotten a free Mega Knight, and the defense would not have been that easy to do, so I still feel pretty nice about that decision. Going to try and get a nice Ice Spirit on all of those bats, and we do actually get it off. And while the Knight is tanking for the Cannon Cart, going to try and snipe it with my archers. Arrows do come down, but a Cannon Cart should just get taken out before getting any hits, and we will be fine on that front. Going to go for archers. He should not be back to arrows, he just went for them. So I'm pretty sure this is fine. Yeah, it is. And we are slowly kind of inching back here. It's not super clean, again, like I said, but that is just a free Fireball. I'm actually going to log right away as well. Actually, didn't need the log, so not the best log, but still. And I was going to Ice Spirit there, but I kind of held off and switched to Skeletons. The reason for that is because he does have bats in the deck, so I recognized that I should probably use Skeletons to cycle instead of Ice Spirit, since I might actually need the Ice Spirit against those bats. And he actually is still setting up with Spawners, and I'm actually going to Fireball off the Goblin Hut, I think, because I'm going to log cycle pretty soon, and log gets a lot of value against the spawn Spear Goblins, so that's just pretty nice. And as you can see, we're actually getting back in the lead. We are actually in the lead right now, and this might be a bit of an overspend, but I'm going to Fireball log the Cannon Cart off as well. So let's see, I could get punished for that. Going to go for archers all the way up here so that he can't really get a nice set of arrows on my tower, and this is actually getting pretty overwhelming here. We're going to Fireball off the Cannon Cart and then log as well, and going to go Knight. And okay, we actually took a ton of damage there, but we are alive somehow. Now the thing is, yeah, I knew he was going to go for a Mega Knight, so that is going to be a bit tricky. Ice Spirit will hopefully take out all the bats, and it does. Nice. And Mega Knight, I'm actually fine to just let it jump, And we can actually cycle back to another fireball, and I think we win because he doesn't have any big spells. So, oh my god, guys, I swear I thought I lost after that cannon cart Skarmy was kind of swarming my side, but that was a really nice comeback. I'm really happy with how I played that. I played really defensively. Notice how I could have gone Xbow quite a few times, but I decided not to, and that was just really helpful, I feel like, because if I went in, I would not have broken through. He had Cannon Cart, Mega Knight, and E-Barbs, 3 big Xbow counters, but I'm just happy we were able to come back, and I'd rather not lose quite a few matches in a row, so yeah, let's keep it going. Found next match against Robinask, and I guess as I just kind of play and commentate, I'm just kind of getting back into the groove of things without really, again, overthinking what I'm saying. It's just kind of coming naturally to me, so that's really nice. But yeah, Zappies come down. This could be a bunch of things. Could be the new meta giant skeleton deck, which would be really obnoxious. It's still going to be obnoxious, though, in my opinion, because this is probably going to be Graveyard with the Skeleton King and Arrows and Inferno Dragon. Yeah, this is going to be an ultra hard counter. We're going to go for an Xbow. Let's kind of test the water, see what he has. Giant Skeleton. Okay, that's actually even worse. I guess, so normally they have like a cannon cart or some other big tank in this deck. I guess they have switched to the Giant Skeleton recently. Giant Skeleton, actually a very overpowered card in my opinion. He does go for the Graveyard though, and the bomb does kind of blast off on my Xbow, but archers clean up the Graveyard perfectly. We don't really take any damage. You might have taken like 1 skeleton hit there, it looks like, or maybe, I don't know, that was like what, 108 damage? What does that? Skeletons? Yeah, that was exactly 1 skeleton hit. But overall, we defended that really nicely, and I really want to Expo there, but I feel like he does have Inferno Dragon in this deck. It is a very annoying part of the deck, and I feel like, yeah, I think I misplaced my Tesla by 1 tile, unfortunately, but I'm just going to go with it. Going to Fireball off that Tombstone, and the Zappy is going to bypass my Tesla, unfortunately, yeah, so that is the misplay coming into effect, but we are still up a little bit of damage, and now we're down Elixir though. Let's see what he does. He might like go in, so I'm just cycling stuff in the back. Okay, Skelly King in the right. These will defend their Inferno Dragon just fine, so that's really nice, and I obviously can't go in because I might have a big defense to go for here, so let's see if he does go for the Graveyard. He goes for the Giant Skeleton. I guess I'll just Tesla, and I don't really agree with that Skeleton King ability because I don't have to commit anything extra to that, at least I don't think I do. And we might see, yeah, the arrows do come down, unfortunately, so that's pretty annoying as well. But I'm actually going to go in here because he just went for his arrows and his 2 big tanks. Inferno Dragon comes down. I'm going to Fireball it off. Hopefully Tesla gets 1 more hit. Okay, unfortunately it doesn't. If it got 1 more hit, the iDrag actually would have died. But we're still going to commit to this. Actually, let's go Archers as well. Okay, that might have lost me the match here. Let's see. I'm going to block the bridge, though, because I can't afford... Okay, never mind. That was a complete failure because obviously I didn't block the bridge. I was going to say I can't afford to let it cross the bridge. That actually might be my undoing here because we take a ton of damage. So, okay. So those archers were an overcommit on the push there. Obviously, I would have rather had archers against the Graveyard. But I don't really see how we're going to come back from this one, unfortunately, because he has 2 huge Expo counters in the forms of the Giant Skeleton and the Skelly King, as well as other miscellaneous counters like Inferno Dragon, Zappies, and other stuff. And he is just kind of getting arrows damage on my tower every time. He did just go for arrows, though, so I can safely go for my archers here. He does Fireball them off, so hopefully he won't have enough for a Giant Skeleton here. If he doesn't, then we might win, but okay, unfortunately he did. So if he didn't have enough, that would have been kind of how we win, but looks like he did have enough, just barely. Gonna log this back, and yeah, he does get a Skelly King down. So this is basically game, unfortunately. I mean, if he didn't have enough elixir because he overspent so much, then we might have had a chance, but I don't think so. We're still going to try, I guess. Going to go Expo anti-fireball placement so he can't get a nice fireball off on it. And he shouldn't actually be back to his giant skeleton right away. Going to log and knight for the Zappies. We actually do predict the Zappies. But he does unfortunately just get a Skelly King down in time once again. So that is going to be really unfortunate. And yeah, now it's basically the end because now he's back to his giant skeleton. We can't really go in. I mean, I'm going to go in, but it's not going to do anything because he's just going to giant skeleton. So that is going to be game. I mean, he just has to get... I think Fireball Arrow should do enough to take me out. Not sure, but it should. But he could also just Fireball my tower, or Fireball my push if he really wants to just play passively and safe. But yeah, that is unfortunately going to be game. So yeah, I kind of messed that one up, guys. That is a hard counter, though. Definitely a super hard counter in his favor, which sucks for us to get matched up against, of course. But at the same time, I did overspend on that one archer. And I mean, I apologize, I guess, because you guys are seeing quite a few losses in the video already. But again, I have not really played as much, and I'm not exactly in my prime, I guess. But yeah, just gonna try and play a bit safer now, I guess, because I do still want to get ranked. And I guess it's gonna be a bit more of a chill, laid-back type of video where I just kind of try and push without really caring too much about the wins or losses. But just gonna Xbow. Unfortunately, I didn't have my Tesla, so kind of got starting-handed there. But there are other ways to cope with that. Okay, Ice Golem was absolutely not necessary. Overspend on his end there. And I'm going to log. Okay, he gave me a lot of log value there. I was probably going to log anyways because I wasn't entirely sure if the Musketeer would have been in range to get one shot by my tower. I think it might have been, but just wanted to be safe. But either way, Ice Golem going to get some death damage. And the freeze actually does last a bit longer now after that buff. But 2.6 is going to be the matchup here, and this is not a matchup I'm very fond of. I guess I'm just going to go in. Why not? And see how he wants to respond to it. Goes for the cannon. Probably going to go hog. So I'm going to go knight. Okay, actually doesn't go for the hog. Goes ice golem. He actually does leave my skeleton alive. So I'm actually going to just ice spirit. And we actually do get a nice connection. Wow, going to go archers. Hopefully in time for the cannon. And I do get the block. So nice. That is absolutely huge. And just like that, we pretty much won. So my opponent had the right idea, because pressuring opposite with a hog is usually really good, since I will have to overcommit with a Tesla on it, then I won't have any elixir to defend my Xbow. But he did mess up at the same time, because I had skeleton surviving. Unfortunately, one skeleton got taken out, so I took 2 hog hits, I think, but the other skeleton did a pretty good job. He goes for a hog again, just going to Tesla, and he actually almost messed up there. Okay, just barely gets the ice golem down in time. I guess I will go for a log and ice spirit here on the musketeer, just to kind of stall it out, and he should be forced to play something else. Yeah, ice spirit forced out. Skeleton should have been played there as well. I'm not sure if he already played them or not. Okay, he didn't. Okay, actually he does get a pretty nice hog going though. Going to wait for the skeletons to walk up a bit, and then go for a fireball. Gonna wait till the log crosses to get my skeletons down as well. That was actually pretty well played by him, I guess, because he did outcycle me, but I had the counterplay ready. And I feel like he's going to predict my Xbow, so I'm not going to go in. Okay, that was not really the right play either, though, because I can cycle back to a fireball. And fireball cycling is absolutely not the play, because I am literally just going to fireball him back. And now I can literally just safely go for a low Tesla. 4 tiles down. So usually you see me going for these 3 tiles down Teslas, because the hogs, I don't want him to get a fireball off on everything. But in that case, he already used his fireball, so I could literally afford to not really care about it. Gonna log the hog as well. We will take 1 hog hit, which does kind of suck. But Xbow, okay, doesn't get any damage, but still, I think we can fireball cycle now. He's gonna go in again. Gonna skeletons to predict maybe a musketeer or something to snipe. And he goes for the ice spirit. Okay, looks like he's trying to outcycle our Tesla. But that is actually just gonna be 2 logs and a fireball. And I'm actually just gonna Xbow on this first hog that he goes for. Yeah, just gonna Xbow like that. And then I'm just going to Tesla like all the way over here. And we pretty much win, because now all we have to do is cycle back to another log. Ice Spirit just to stall this side out a little bit. And that's going to be game. So pretty nice win against 2.6 there. I mean, that was definitely all over the place in terms of like my strategy and the damage. You know, us going back and forth, kind of trading blows. But usually 2.6 isn't that bad against players who aren't that good, in my opinion, and I am no offense to any of my opponents here, but I'm not exactly in a super high trophy range. So it's not that bad. Better 2.6 players usually do win that matchup, and it's actually very annoying. Goes for a wizard, wow. That is 5 elixir. That is actually quite a big expenditure, in my opinion. And giant comes down. Okay, and bats. I'm going to archers to try and take out the bats. Also will let me cycle back to my skeletons, which I can hopefully surround the wizard with if I play it correctly. So skeletons, okay, I did not play them correctly. I actually took 2 hits, so that kind of sucks on me. But looking like a pretty interesting deck. I'm actually not going to log in Ice Spirit, because it is 1 elixir cheaper, and I can't afford to since some skeletons are already taken out. So he went Wizard, Giant, Bats, Skarmy. So I think he is 1 away from his Wizard and 2 away from his Giant, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm actually tempted to just go in here. I guess I will. And he goes for a barrel. I think he's not back to his giant still. Yeah, Sparky. Gonna go Knight. Knight actually will survive one Sparky hit. He's at like 2 elixir right now because he just went for a Goblin Barrel. And now he's at like 0 because he went for the Tornado, so I think he just lost, unfortunately for him. Gonna Ice Spirit as well to predict a set of bats. He went Ice Wizard instead. I'm just gonna Archers though, and as you can see, we get a huge connection, so kind of punishing my opponent there well, I didn't even really punish him. I just kind of outplayed him, I guess, because I outcycled his stuff. And he also didn't play the Sparky well. He gave me enough time to react with the Knight. And also Tornado was mistimed too, so that's basically going to be game. This is going to be a pretty easy matchup though. And I'm going to Xbow because he just went for a Wizard again. And since he does have the... Wow, I really disagree with what my opponent's doing here. I think he's just trying to ignore the Xbow and go all in, which I absolutely do disagree with again. And that was a pretty nice Skarmy out of his side because it is going to be able to take care of my entire Xbow, but I'm not going to fall for his bait. I think he's trying to get me to log the Skarmy, so I couldn't have logged for the barrel, but I'm not going to fall for it. Looks like we just kind of... I just let the Xbow die because I didn't want him to get that value. And now we just basically win, but this is a pretty free matchup anyways. I mean, he has Giant Sparky Wizard, kind of a weird off-meta mid-ladder type deck, and definitely a very easy matchup for Xbow, I do have to say. He goes for a Giant, so he is still trying, but I don't really think it's going to work out. Gonna get a nice Fireball off on the Sparky, plus the Wizard. Actually, Sparky shouldn't get a hit. Yeah, perfect Tesla placement there. Even if that Sparky did get a hit on the Tesla, it would not have splashed the tower. As you can see, Wizard Splash also didn't splash the tower. So gonna try and defend the Sparky. Okay, looks like we didn't get it off, so now we might be in trouble, actually, if he goes, like, Giant in front and then Barrel. Well, not really, actually, because, again, Knight does survive a Sparky hit, which is really nice. And I think, yeah, we would have defended that. It got really dicey because I did go in super aggressively when I didn't need to. But still, that was a pretty nice win against a pretty easy matchup. And the text just said they're tales of a mechanical wizard from a faraway land, I think. So maybe that's another card idea that they're teasing. I don't know. But, yeah, that's going to be a pretty nice win against Giant Sparky there. Let's keep it going. I do, again, want to get ranked. I'll probably go for, like, 2 games above 6,600. I mean, that's, like, 3 more wins from here. The video is already getting pretty long, but I guess... that can kind of be expected when I lost on the first game. Goes for a Tombstone. I think I'll Knight same lane. I'm never really sure what the best play is in that situation. If I have log, I usually just log the Tombstone off. But I guess I'll Knight. Okay, goes for Archer Queen. That's 5 elixir. Gonna Xbow opposite. He's at 5 right now. Let's see what exactly he has for this. Looks like it is going to be Graveyard. And Giant Skeleton comes down. Wow, if he didn't get the... Tombstone Skeletons to spawn, that actually would have been really perfect because the Giant Skeleton would have been pushed out of Xbow range, it looks like, but still. He is going to go for a Queen. I'm going to go Knight, hopefully distract the Queen. Yeah, it does, and also double down and take the Giant Skeleton out as well. So Giant Skeleton, Tombstone, Queen, I think, and Barb Barrel, I think it's going to be Graveyard. Really annoying, honestly, because he does have the Giant Skeleton, which is a super overpowered card. I really hate it. It's a super good card against Xbow. It also just, I feel like it's just an overpowered card in general. I don't like how they're leaving it so dominant right now. But we'll see what happens in the next balance changes, I guess. I'm just going to log early. He goes for a Poison. That was pretty aggressive, but I sadly can't even really punish him for that. Because, he has like a lot of nice counters. But I guess I will just split Archers. And he goes for the Barb Barrel. Don't think that'll do anything because it's pretty high up. I guess let's Xbow. He just uses Poison, but he's probably going to go like Giant Skeleton. Okay, he actually doesn't have enough right away. He might actually get a small connection. Okay, sadly we don't. That would have been really funny if we did, though. But I guess let's just go for a Knight. Maybe force out the Queen's ability early. Keep my Xbow alive a little bit. Yeah, and log back as well. Keep the Xbow alive to kind of take out the Queen, hopefully. Does really nice work against the Archer Queen. Gonna get an Ice Spirit on, and hopefully it does. Okay, we're gonna have to go Archers, and this is not the most ideal situation, I feel like. I'm just gonna high Tesla, I guess. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do here, because... Okay, Fisherman 2. Is this even gonna be Graveyard, or is it gonna be like RG or something? Because Fisherman... I'm not sure. It actually might be RG. I thought it was Graveyard because he does have the zappies, but also if he had the RG, he should have used it just on my Xbow, so I guess he doesn't have RG. Might Graveyard with this then, since I think it is going to be Graveyard? Nope. Okay, yep, it is, so let's just log. Let's wait for his poison and then go archers, like, really far apart, so hopefully it doesn't get caught in the poison's radius. And then I'm going to have to get a knight down because that queen ability will take my entire tower if I don't block it. And yeah, I mean, we're fine. This is not great. I don't like this matchup, honestly. I feel like it might be mine in a perfect situation, like if I play super well and everything. He has the good game for some reason. But it is very obnoxious because, again, he has a giant skeleton, which is just a real pain to deal with. And he actually does give me a fireball there, so I guess I will take that. Let's knight on the queen. Sadly, don't really have another response. And let's go archers for the graveyard. After he poisons, I will get a log going, but he actually does wait quite a long time to poison, so I'm actually going to Xbow. I think he won't really have enough for anything immediately. Yeah, zappies, let's log. Okay, sadly that's going to work. I could have fireballed them off, but I feel like that would have been a bit of an overspend. Let's just Tesla, I guess. I don't really want to waste my knight because, again, he does have the giant skeleton. But yeah, this is getting painful. I mean, I think what I might have to do is win off of spell cycle damage, which I am winning off of right now. Let's also skeletons to distract the fisherman for a while, because I don't want it to whisk my knight away. Let's fireball the queen off. My Xbow as well will get taken out. And after he goes for the poison, I think I'll Xbow. I guess let's go in on the right to kind of switch things up. He might not be expecting it. And it should be pretty good. Okay, let's actually block the giant skeleton from crossing as well onto my Xbow. And he goes for the queen, so now he should be very low on elixir. Let's go for the Xbow. And he's probably going to zappies. I think that's his only counter, so going to go archers. Okay, sadly he went zappies down low. Okay, that's actually really bad. I think I might have just lost. Because now, yeah, I don't have a great graveyard answer with archers being out of cycle. I will get a nice log in though, and I do actually get the archers down. I'm going to have to fireball. Hopefully I don't take too many skeleton hits here. And if I can cycle back to another fireball in time, that would be really nice. So I'm going to go for another set of archers here for the graveyard. And going to need a log on the tower. And hopefully I don't take any skeletons damage. And, okay, nice. That's going to be GG. He gives us the well played. I'll give him the well played back. I mean, that was a very intense game. And that just kind of shows how hard it is to break through Giant Skeleton. Because, I mean, I outcycled him. He overcommitted on that one Xbow with the queen. So that was kind of my cue to go in on the left, but he was just back. He went low zappies. He kind of recharged elixir and got back to the Giant Skeleton, which was kind of annoying. So definitely a pretty annoying deck, but I feel like it might be my matchup slightly since he has kind of a clunky deck. I mean, his cycle, yeah, it's a 4.0 cycle. So even though he has really annoying cards like Giant Skeleton, Zappies, Tombstone, he doesn't really have any card less than 3 elixir except for Barb Barrel. And overall, it's just a pretty heavy deck, so that was okay. And we finally do reach 6,600 trophies. We are not ranked, though, so I think we're going to need 2 more wins. I mean, maybe 1 more win, but I might just go for 2 more, just, you know, for fun. Found next match against a San. Let's cycle a log. See how he wants to respond to that. Goes for the Dark Prince, so I don't talk about this really ever, but when they go for Dark Prince in the back, you go for a Knight. You want to go for it above the King like this, because you don't really want... If you go for it in the back, the Dark Prince will actually charge onto your tower, I think, before it actually hits the Knight. So that's just a small little detail there. And very aggressive Goblin Giant Sparky player, going for the Dark Prince into Goblin Giant push on the first play of the game. Let's see how he responds to these archers. Depending on how he does, I might go in. Yeah, he goes for a Zap. I'm actually going to go Xbow and predict the Sparky with a Knight. This could go really well or really badly, but since Goblin Giant isn't really close in cycle, I think it should be fine. Okay, yeah, so he actually did the right play by ignoring, and if he is actually back to Goblin Giant right now, I'm going to be in a world of trouble. Looks like he's not, though. Yeah, nice. So we are fine. Just going to Ice Spirit, and I think we won, honestly. I guess I will Skeleton just to protect my archers, force another response out, because I could have let my archers die, but I feel like this is better to force him to respond. Yeah, Sparky gets forced out. I feel like that was good, because that was kind of worth it, I feel like, for 1 elixir, but at the same time, I don't have Skeleton can cycle for this next defense, so it could be bad as well. I'm actually going to let the Goblin Giant lock onto my Tesla and then go for the Knight. Usually it's the other way around, but in this case, the Knight can only survive one Sparky hit, so I don't really want to test that or push it. And hopefully Sparky does splash. Okay, yeah, nice. That was a pretty flawless micro defense there. Pretty proud of that one. And again, he is going to have to respond to these archers, so overall, just some pretty nice gameplay on our end, and I think he should be very low in elixir after that zap, so I'm actually going to go in. I think he does not have enough for a Sparky. Yeah, just barely had enough for the E-Wiz. I will log it off, and he actually is just going to lose because he just played a zap as well, so he does not have any counter to this. Now his only hope is hoping that I choke on defense, going for like a Sparky in the back, and then building up a push, which is exactly what he's doing, but I am pretty confident I can defend this one. So going to Fireball right away. And what I'm going to do is actually cycle back to multiple fireballs. Dark Prince is pushing that Sparky, which is actually kind of annoying though. So going to get a Knight fireball off on the Sparky. And then we do actually have to get an Ice Spirit off on that Mini P.E.K.K.A. But we actually barely take any damage. That was pretty much a flawless defense there. We're going to be down about 4 elixir now because he played Sparky when I was at 6. So we're going to have to strap in for one final defense. But I'm pretty confident we can defend this one. And actually doesn't even go for the Goblin Giant. That's actually pretty funny because not sure what he's expecting to accomplish with that. But yeah, we can actually just cycle back to another Tesla here. And pretty much that's going to be GG. That's a pretty easy matchup, pretty much my hard counter. I actually lost to this matchup in the 20-win challenge because I was like, my mental state was actually pretty messed up at the time. So I usually play pretty badly when I'm not really feeling like okay. And I lost to that matchup at like 14 wins, so I got 17 wins on my mini account, which isn't that bad, but at the same time, I would have loved to get 20 wins with 3.0. I'm talking about my attempt with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, by the way. With the actual 20-win challenge, I got it on my first try with Queen Bow on this account. So that was pretty nice. But with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, which was like a much bigger challenge, I really wanted to get it, but unfortunately wasn't able to, because again, I just lost to Goblin Giant Sparky. Wi-Fi symbol showing up for some reason. But yeah, that is going to put us ranked. I think I still do want to play one more game, just because why not, I guess. Because I was kind of wanting to go for 2 games above 6,600, and this doesn't really feel like it to me. We are top 9k in the world right now, though, which is pretty nice. By the way, this is a super long season. It's already been 2.5 weeks, and there's still 18 days left in the season, so very long season. I guess I will call this kind of like an early season ladder push, even though it's already like 2.5 weeks into the season, but it is a super long season, I guess. So yeah, let's go for one more. Hopefully I don't lose, because if I lose, we're going to have to play 2 more, and that's just going to get awkward, so I really hope I can just kind of get a nice win here and wrap the video off, or wrap the video up, but we'll see. Going to cycle Skeletons. Goes for Ghost, so not a great sign, because it could be that new meta Giant Skeleton Pigs deck that I was talking about. On a lighter note, though, it could be P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam, but it also looks like it might be Goblin Drill, Cannon Cart, Giant Skeleton with the Golden Knight in there, so overall just looking like a terrible matchup. Okay, never mind. He has E-Barbs, which is not bad. I think it's just going to be Bridge Spam, which is pretty nice, actually. Going to go Skeletons like this. Not going to let his Golden Knight dash on anything. Okay, never mind. Wow, that is stupid. I'm going to go Knight, unfortunately, but that is really dumb. If he goes Magic Archer, I'm going to Xbow. Let's see. Okay, he doesn't. Yeah, I had the right idea with Skeletons. I just didn't really get the play in time. Mirrors the E-Barbs, wow. And he actually does predict my archers with the Barb Barrel, but I'm gonna Ice Spirit and Skeletons to keep my archer alive. He goes for a Zap. I think he's gonna be super low in elixir after that Zap, even though I take a huge level 16 E-Barb swing to the face. Hopefully this Xbow can do some work here. Gonna try and push this Gold Knight off my Xbow with the Knight, and I do get it off nice, so this should be a really nice connection, because he did just use his Barb Barrel as well. Yeah, this is gonna be really good. Gonna log the Ghost as well to kind of keep it off my Xbow as long as possible. And I think I'm just going to ignore the Ghost damage in the left, because using tower damage as a resource, pretty common trend in the game. And I don't really care about his damage on my left side tower, because he's obviously going for my right side tower. So that was just pretty straightforward there to ignore that. Even though I could have gone Ice Spirit. If I had Skeletons, I probably would have surrounded it, but with the Ice Spirit, not really. And he has a pump, so it's actually going to be 3M. Yeah, I was thinking it was just going to be Bridge Spam for some reason. He might mirror that pump, by the way, and if he does, I will Xbow. Let's see. because he does have mirror in this deck. Yeah, I'm going to Xbow. He does not have enough for E-Barbs right away. Let's see what he actually does. Yeah, Golden Knight makes sense. Going to go Knight. Not going to go Archers even though I want to, because he's unfortunately going to have a dash available. Going to go Skeletons, Log, and this should, yeah, definitely lock on. Pretty nice there. And I guess I will Fireball that against my better judgment. I feel like it's not going to be a great play, but I'll do it. I am not sure about that. Okay, now we're going to have to get a pretty nice defense going, so let's try our best. Going to... I guess I'll let the Ghost lock on and then get an Ice Spirit Freeze. I think that would be a pretty nice play. And then let's go for a Knight and Archers for this side. Let's go Skeletons on the Golden Knight. And then I'm back to a Knight, so that should be pretty okay. But we are actually taking quite a lot of damage in the right. Sadly, I do kind of have to take it, though. So yeah, actually, that was really messy. Like, really, really messy. But we are still winning because we have a really nice connection from early on. So let's just go Skeletons here for this Ghost, I guess. Archers as well. E-Barbs, let's Defensive Xbow. He could actually Golden Knight my Archers right now. That would be really sad, but he does zap them instead. That's fine. And he goes for a pump. I'm actually going to Xbow. I don't really agree with that pump. Okay, never mind. I do agree with that pump, I guess, because that was not back to an Xbow anytime soon. I was hoping I was like one card away, but obviously it was not. Let's stack Xbows here. So 2 defensive Xbows should do a pretty good job here. And I mean, this is getting very tight. This is, I would say, a pretty difficult matchup. It goes Golden Knight in that side, so I'm going to Archers rather on the right, or on the left, opposite of the Golden Knight side. Let's go Skeletons here and Archers, and then we are back to a Knight. So that should be, yeah, all defended. Very nice defense there. Didn't take any hits. Okay, E-Barb almost proved me wrong, but it didn't. And I guess let's just Fireball off that side of 2 Musketeers. Why not? And then let's go Archers here. And then back to a Knight. I took 1 Musketeer hit in the left, which was kind of annoying, but we are still winning, and now we should definitely win, I think, if we defend perfectly, because it is triple elixir. Xbows get a ton of value in triple elixir. It's insane. Gonna Tesla, and I'm gonna try and make this Golden Knight not dash onto everything. Yep, perfect. And then we can just get a very nice log off on those E-Barbs, and we actually defended that really well, and I can actually go in here. Pretty comfortable going in because I got a really nice little defense there, and I'm just feeling pretty good about this. Gonna Tesla at the bridge. Gold Knight comes down, and it does just dash on everything because it's a stupid card, but we can just log it off. And wow, actually that was a bit... Okay, wow, he actually does get a zap down. Wow, that's actually really bad. I'm gonna have to cycle to another Fireball very quickly, but I think I can do it. I almost choked there, oh my god. To the Golden Knight. Or rather to the Barb with that zap. I really should have reacted to that. That was my bad. I really didn't expect him to zap, though. That was actually a really well played zap. I got 2 hits on the tower. Wow, I actually really almost threw that away. But that's a pretty nice win against... I would not say that's my matchup. I would say that's their matchup or even. Because I have Archers. If I had Queen, yeah, it's probably my matchup. But with Archers, Golden Knight just wreaks havoc on everything. And it's just a hard counter. Although I just noticed he didn't have Heal Spirit in the deck. He had a Zap instead. Which I guess, I don't know, because I mean Zap is pretty good. Like, it got him that last second connection, but at the same time Heal Spirit's very annoying as well. But we did get finally a nice win streak going to make up for the deficit at the start. And that is just about going to do it for the video, guys. So, very thankful to all of you for watching and kind of sticking with me. I guess... for the last couple of years, I mean, especially the last year. I'll probably talk more about this. I'll make like a video. If I feel like making a video, I'll make a video next week, because I'm actually going to university next week on Wednesday. The day I'm recording this right now is Thursday, so actually very soon. I've been very anxious. I feel like my mental state and stress can probably at least partially be attributed to going and everything, but I guess I'm feeling better about it now. I'm very happy about it. Or very happy that I'm feeling better about it. I'm still very anxious, but at least I'm not like totally shutting down and stuff. But yeah, I'll probably make a video talking about like an update or something like that. I had that idea for a couple months already, actually. But if I'm not feeling up to making a video, I'll just do a community post again. But basically, I'm not sure how things will change when I go to university, because obviously I'll have to prioritize my studies first and foremost, and won't have as much time. Over the past year, I took a gap year after finishing military service, which I'm really grateful to my parents that I was able to do. But at the same time, it's it was really nice, and it'll be kind of sad to go away and not have a lot of time to do like stuff like my exercises and stuff that's good for me. And I really got a lot of time to focus on YouTube as well, which was really nice. I think I grew from like, not sure, but a year ago at this time, I feel like I was only at like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers at most. So I definitely grew a ton. I put in a lot of work starting around end December to April or so. That was like my hardest work ethic for YouTube ever. It was insane. I worked really hard and grew the channel a lot. So recently the inactivity hasn't done that much justice, but still, I feel like I grew a pretty nice base of you guys, like a really nice community, and I'm really grateful to all of you. But yeah, I'll make that update video next week if I do decide to, probably like a day before I leave. But if I don't, then I'll just make a community post. I'll see how it's going. But yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. Bit of a longer video today because again I lost right at the start. Also wanted to talk about stuff because I have not in a while. Yeah, I haven't really made a commentary video in 10 days. Last one was my 20-win challenge video, and then before that I also took a break in between as well. But got a nice win streak. We got ranked with 3.0 Xbow Cycle in this pretty hard meta, so I'm really happy about it. But yeah, that's going to be the video, guys, so thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. First video back in quite a while. Thank you so much. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.